that you're doing on purpose. Sing like a singing on key. Talk to the girl that intimidates you. Pretend that you're brilliant and charming. I said pretend that you're brilliant and charming. Hey!
Everybody, welcome in later with Jason Suel. So glad you're tuned in. Mackenzie Holtzclaw joining me once again. Great to see you. Once again.
How'd you get so lucky?
How did I get so lucky? You can't separate this dynamic.
I see you every day.
Even on Saturdays.
Even on Saturdays.
I think I'm going to get a day off, but no, here we are.
Lucky you.
Lucky me. Okay, we talked last time. Spring is in the air.
Yes.
Pollen is in the air.
Pollen is in the air, and on your car.
And on your car, and on everything.
And on everything. And on your dogs.
We were talking about sort of activities that we like to do in the spring. I brought up the Razorback Greenway, how amazing that is here. Another thing that I like to do is to go check out Crystal Bridges. In addition, the Momentary. We got to talk about the Momentary.
Oh my gosh, they have so much cool stuff going on. All their outdoor concerts that they've got coming up, and the rooftop bar, and all the cool stuff that they've got.
Yes, the Tower Bar is a great spot. If you have never been to the Tower Bar at the Momentary, check it out. Great view of the city. It's something about being
up high,
elevated,
and having a little cocktail up high, which seems like a bad combination when you kind of say that in one sentence. But if you're in an enclosed space,
enclosed space, and so you feel, I don't know, you feel elevated.
You feel like you're flying.
I've elevated my stature just by being up here.
Well, knock that down a little
you
bit.
Brought up.
That's why
you brought up concerts, right?
Yes.
And the AMP season is upcoming too. A lot of great shows coming to the AMP this year.
There's some cool throwbacks coming to the AMP too.
Absolutely.
We've got lots of cool folks who are coming to Northwest Arkansas.
Can we talk about the dog for a second?
Yes,
Ollie has his own Instagram, right?
Yes.
Is that right?
He does. We've had to make it private because I've realized that I'm an idiot and I don't want to embarrass myself. I don't want to embarrass myself.
Right.
Because there's some singing involved.
Okay, with Ollie?
Yes.
Songs that you've made up?
Songs that I have made up from popular pop songs.
Yes.
No big deal. We are coming out with an album.
Yes.
So I expect an invite back on here.
He absolutely
premiere our album.
I would love to have Ollie on the show, actually.
I'm sure.
I think he would steal the program.
He's hard to get, but I can maybe pull some strings.
Do you know somebody?
I know someone.
Man, dog lovers are the best, I'll tell you.
Yeah, we're crazy.
Absolutely. We've got some wild guests in the studio. Also joining us, John Neighbors, podcaster. We're going to be talking about all things Arkansas sports with John. Cannot wait to get his take on Coach Cal, the basketball season, baseball. Looking forward, vision casting for the future of Razorback athletics. So that's going to be a ton of fun. And then we've got a great band joining us. Townsend is here. So Townsend going to be joining us on the show. They have a fantastic sound. I know everybody on this show is excited for you to see that music video a little bit later on the program. And then down there at our chef's table, we've got the one and only Chef Matthew Cooper joining us. What do you got for us, Chef?
We're going to make a local composed beet salad today.
Ooh, beet salad.
You can't beat that.
You can't beat that. Stay with us. We've got all that fun happening later. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. John Neighbors joining us now on the show. John, it's great to have you. I've wanted to kind of have this interview with you for a long time, and it seems like the perfect time to have it. So thanks for coming on.
Absolutely. You're probably the only one that actually wants to interview me, so I will take it. I will take it. I appreciate it, and I'm enjoying it.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's talk about podcasts, because you're kind of on, you're all over the place, you know, and I check you out a lot on X, what was formerly known as Twitter. You're always posting your shows up there as well. So kind of fill our viewing audience in on what it is that you do in your podcasts.
Yeah, so essentially what it is I just talk about the Razorbacks for a living.
Yeah.
I mean, what could be better? It's about as emotionally draining as it sounds, and has its ups and downs, just like the Razorback sports teams in general.
Yes, absolutely.
But it never lacks entertainment and interest. So it's always a lot of fun. But essentially, I do the Locked On Razorbacks podcast, which is a daily podcast for about 20, 30 minutes every day. And I also do a live stream show of Inside Arkansas Live, which starts at noon every weekday. So trying to basically be, if it's on social media, if it's on the digital platform, I try to do something with it, talking Razorbacks.
That's amazing. And we're coming off the heels of Razorback basketball. So let's kind of maybe, I don't know, talk about Cal, the future. What does the future hold for the Cal era as a Razorback men's basketball coach?
Well, it's very interesting where you have so many coaches that you may hire, and you're like, all right, how long term is this going to be? You know,
Right.
what's the strategy going to be here? What's the expectation? But when he was hired, it shocked so many people because of being a Hall of Fame coach that he is, and knowing also his age. He's 65, 66 years old. And I don't think anybody's expecting him to be at Arkansas for 10 years.
Right.
It's just not going to be that. He signed a 5-year contract, and I think 5 years is about what people expect. And in that year and in that stretch, I think most people are just saying, hey, get to a Final Four,
Yeah.
you know, win a national championship, because he's proven it, he can do it. He's one of the best coaches around. He's a Hall of Fame coach already. So with him comes an expectation. And I think Razorback fans are going to say, hey, if you're going to be here, if we're paying you this money, if we're giving you this NIL, you need to win.
We want to see that.
Oh, yeah.
That win column generate a lot of wins. Mac, what's your favorite basketball player?
You know, my bestie. In my mind, okay, I got two.
Okay.
I love me some Boogie. In my
Okay.
mind, me and Boogie are best friends.
Yes.
And then Big Z.
You love some Big Z.
I love Big Z very much. And it's probably because I'm 4'11 and a half, and I just want to stand next to him and see what that's like.
Yes.
But yeah, I love
Would
him.
you say that's a life goal?
It is. It is honestly one of my dreams. Yeah.
Oh man, I can see it in my mind.
Me too.
And then can we do a little vision casting with you and maybe look at football? I know we're early, you know, spring practices have happened, red, white game, all of that stuff. But next season, what are we looking like, John?
Not very good,
Yeah?
if I'm being honest.
Shoot it straight, man.
Yeah. I mean, on paper, you lose a lot of your best players to the
Yes.
transfer portal this
Yes.
past year. And it makes it exponentially worse when you lose them to other SEC schools.
Yes.
And then on the return of that, when it comes to the players you've added from the transfer portal, not to say that they're bad players, but it's just on paper, you're not getting guys that were at other SEC schools that played a lot. You're not getting guys that have a lot of big-time college football experience. Some of them could work out, but all we know is what we know. And on paper, this does not look like a team that's going to be better than what they were a season ago.
Right.
Especially when the schedule gets twice as worse, maybe even 3 times as difficult as it was this past year.
Yes, the schedule is very difficult looking. Mac, without looking at your notes, who do you think we're
I don't
playing
need
next
my
year?
notes. Continue. Say that again.
Who do you think we're playing next year?
Oh, we're playing some tough cookies to beat. And I think we all know who I'm thinking of.
Okay, yeah.
We all know.
Yeah, those terrible teams.
You
I mean,
know.
we start with Notre Dame, right? I mean, Notre Dame was just in the national championship game.
Yeah, I mean, no big deal, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's easy. And then you guys, not to mention that you play Ole Miss and you play Texas, you play LSU, and you play Tennessee, all on the road.
Yeah.
All on the road.
That's just our road slate,
Yeah, 'cause
right?
Tennessee was also in the college football playoff. Texas was also in the college football playoff. Ole Miss was this close
Yeah,
to being into the
absolutely.
college football playoff. Yeah, you play them on the road. You also go to Memphis.
Yeah.
You know, another big team. You got Arkansas State and Little Rock, which I hate everything about that. And you still
Do you
got
think we shouldn't have done that game?
100%. Should not have done it. I understand why, though. I understand why they did. Because they needed to get out of that War Memorial contract. And the only way that they could get out of it and amend it and make it to where they like it is that, hey, we'll play Arkansas State there in 2025.
One more thing before we let you go. So you recently went to Kentucky to see the
right.
men's basketball team take on the Wildcats. They're in Lexington, and this wild story happened with your luggage. If you want to read about it, it's all out there on what you post on social media, but kind of give us a recap of
Yeah,
that.
I'll try to make this a condensed version because there's a lot of vivid details to it. Essentially what it was is when I was coming back from Lexington, my luggage got lost. And I kept calling them every day, calling the airline every day, never got any word about it, nothing. And they were trying to find it, nothing. This was 2-3 weeks later. I filed a claim to get all my stuff back because all of my podcasting and equipment was there. It's like
Oh, wow.
$5,000 worth of stuff.
Yeah.
So, and everyone's like, well, why didn't you just carry it on? I normally do, but they wouldn't allow me to carry on because of the economy size of the airplane.
Okay.
So I had to do a check bag. Well, then we go to Auburn, and we're driving back from Auburn, and I get a Facebook message from some random person.
Of all places, yeah.
For a Facebook message that says, hey, are you someone who's missing luggage? It's like, yeah, why? It was like, I thought someone was trolling
Somebody was
me.
following you on social
Yeah, someone's
media.
messing with me.
Sure, yeah.
They're like, well, I got this red bag here that's got John R. Neighbors on it. I'm gonna see if it's yours. I'm like, no, you're trolling me. And he's like, no, I'm serious. And he sends a picture of my luggage, of my bag.
Where
And
was it?
So it was a completely, this guy that messaged me, he works for a completely different airline.
Okay.
They're in Lexington. And he found it, and they thought that it was supposed to be this airline, so they kept flying it to Orlando and back every day. Because they kept trying to find out whose this was. No one was claiming it. There was nothing in the system. And as weeks went on, they finally came back to Lexington, and the guy was like, let me open this up.
Because he'd been seeing it go back and forth
Right.
so frequently.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, and it's such a small airport that they don't lose bags very often. And he was about to send it back to their headquarters of this different airline to put in the lost and found, which never would have been found again.
Right.
And he opens it up and he sees my name on one of my pieces of equipment.
Sure.
Goes on Facebook, tries to find it, maybe he could find who it is, sees that I ranted on social media about my lost luggage.
Yes.
I think it's safe to say, though, that ranting helps, okay?
Hey.
That's the moral that I'm getting.
Go full Karen on everybody.
Yeah.
And you get your way.
And you get your stuff back.
Yeah.
Right. What is it? The squeaky wheel gets the grease, right?
That's correct.
Hey, John, thanks for joining us, filling us in. I'm glad you got your luggage back. I'm glad everything was okay and there and intact. You can continue to do your podcasting, your great work. So thank you for what you do.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. And thank you for having me on. This was great.
Absolutely, yes. Stick around. We got more fun happening later.
I can't go on like this. Late at night, you're the one I miss. And this bottle keeps me spinning around. But it don't do no good once I'm laying down. So lay your hands on me. I don't mean once a week. 'Cause I need your love every day. Baby, I'm asking you stay. Your side of the bed stays cold, and your warmth is what makes this house a home. And I know you've got your places to be, but I pray you find your place next to me. Still lying beside, and the pillows are just the way you like, and I leave the front porch lit up all night, just praying I'll wake with you by my side. So lay your hands on me. I don't mean once a
Yes, everybody, welcome back. We got Chef Matthew Cooper joining us right now from Conifer and all things great food in Northwest Arkansas. Thanks for being on the show.
Absolutely, always a pleasure.
Yes, yes. Okay, so beet salad, you said. Yeah?
Yep. So what we're known for at Conifer, one of the things we're known for in Springs here is our variation of beet dishes we do. So we've got some local beets from Prairie Wood Farms. We've just laid those out. We've pickled them a little bit in like a half pickling liquid, I say. So red wine vinegar, really good brown sugar, pink peppercorn, bay leaf, some other spices that we will not name. Because why not? Keep our secrets, right?
Keep
there
your
you go.
secrets. That's right, you should.
And we're just gonna make a nice little composed salad. We've got some feta, we've got some roasted local onions, we've got some dill and some micro cabbage, pomegranate, pine nuts, a dehydrated black Niçoise olive, and then some Oregon black truffles that we made some truffle salt out of, and then a beautiful lemon extra virgin olive oil from South Africa that's made specifically for us. They press the olives with the lemons.
So things
No
that
big
you
deal.
just have lying
Yeah,
around
you might just
in
have
your
this lying around.
pantry.
No big
Right.
deal.
Yeah.
When you're thinking of putting a salad together, what's a good composition? Because you've got some sweet, you've got some savory. Like what should we be thinking of?
I always think about balance with anything, whether it's our food. So there's always an element of acid on everything that I do. It's something that I really enjoy
trippy.
and elevates the, we're not young anymore, but
Yeah.
But yeah, just always an element of balance in everything I do. So we've got our salty, we've got our sweet, we've got our little bit of char for umami, we've got our greens, our acid, a little bit of balance with the nuts, and then tying it together with earth, salt, and fat. So we'll
That's a
just
band. That's a 70s
you
band.
like that?
Yes.
All right, so we'll go ahead and do this. So a composed salad, really, people kind of get a little bit confused sometimes, but a salad is really just a conglomeration of anything,
Right.
really put together. So it doesn't have to be lettuce or anything like that. So we call a composed salad really something 9 times out of 10 that doesn't have lettuce.
Right,
on
because
it.
I'm thinking you would see a lot of greens here, but really the
Right.
only
That's right.
green that you have is dill over
garnish,
there.
yeah.
That's right. So you could say you have a tomato salad, and it could just be literally tomatoes tossed with olive oil and things like that. So we're going to do a little bit of black olives here.
Yes.
These are really, really good, really pungent taste, kind of ties everything
You said they're
together.
dehydrated, right?
Dehydrated black Niçoise olives.
Yeah,
which
does
is
that bring
cool.
the
I was
flavor
gonna say,
out
what
more?
does
Was it-
dehydrating olives
It does.
do?
It concentrates the flavor and actually doesn't make it. It like levels the acidity in it, which is really nice. Pine nuts are just nice to have because we like those a lot.
While you're putting this together, I know that you're excited about stuff you got going on at your farm, and I hear rumors of maybe a new restaurant coming to the region. What do we need to know about all of that?
So we have kind of a dream of about 20 years for me, and a lot of the people that I've worked with, obviously I have people that have worked with me for 10, 15, 20 years, and we've all had this dream for a very long time to build a restaurant on a farm. So we're doing that. We live on Alf Price Coffee Road in Bentonville, and I have my partner and I live on the land. It's about 50 acres, and we've got a farm at the base. We're going to call it RIN. It's an acronym for Remember Your Name. My grandmother used to always say, remember your name. You're a reflection of those that came before you and those yet to be, so honor every human, and we all learn, evolve, and grow together.
I love that.
It kind of goes back to our roots, just like planting the seeds of community with Conifer, but it'll be a 26-seat tasting menu restaurant. So what that means is you come in, everything's taken care of before you get there. We serve things that we grow on the farm, plus, again, supporting all local farmers and all those wonderful things. 10 courses, really, really nice.
10 courses?
Sign
You're
me
going to
up.
leave
10 courses.
Yep.
feeling full.
You're going to leave it feeling full, but not overwhelmed,
Yeah.
right? So really just been a big dream. There's a lot of bigger like community aspects to that project. The restaurant is really just the aggregation site for so many amazing things.
Is this on your menu at Conifer?
It is with a variation.
Okay, a variation of
So
this.
I
is
like
on
to
the
always
menu.
bring something special to the show and kind of show some
Yeah.
different things. So really, without the black truffle, this is exactly what you're going to get on.
This and this is so Instagrammable for folks who I know taking
I
a
have to
picture
look
of
at
it
mine.
first
This
is
is
what they
amazing.
do, right? You eat with your eyes.
You eat
and
with your
so,
eyes first, right?
Wow.
Man, absolutely see some beautiful food there at Conifer. If people want to book a table at Conifer, I know that's the one going right now
Yeah.
before we get Ren up and going. How do they do that?
So you're available on the website, and the link's right there. And normally we're not booked out all the time. Like
Okay.
we've settled a little bit. So if you give us a day or so, you can pretty much get the
Get a
time that you
table.
want to eat. Yeah. If you
Yeah.
wait till the
Cool.
last second, just like anywhere in Bentonville, it's probably going to be hard. But we're always accepting walk-ins. It's about 30% of our business now, which is amazing.
Yeah,
We
that
really
is
want
great. Because I know
people
for a
to be able
while
to
it was
walk
like
in.
you can't get in.
Yeah, for a while you couldn't get in, and we always wanted Conifer to be a community restaurant where people could just walk in off the street and be able to get a table, and a lot of the times you can.
Hey,
Yep.
let's
Cool.
try
You need a
this.
lot- you
Yeah,
need a
let's do a little
fork,
fork.
don't ya?
Absolutely. Stick around. We got more fun happening later. That's our show, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, you can find us out there on your social media platforms or send us an email over at laterwithjasonsuel.com. You can also watch all of our great episodes on our YouTube channel. Before we get out of here, we got to thank all of our great guests, including John joining us to talk all things Razorback athletics.
And Chef Matt for bringing us this awesome salad that looks and smells and tastes amazing.
Absolutely, yes. And how about that music video from Townsend? That's our show. We'll see you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.